Have you ever felt like you're playing a game where everyone else knows the rules except you? A game where the stakes are high, the players are ruthless, and your own vulnerability seems to be the biggest liability? It's a disquieting feeling, isn't it? The sense that you're constantly reacting, always a step behind, while others seem to effortlessly maneuver through the complexities of life, work, and relationships. Perhaps you've experienced the sting of betrayal, the frustration of being manipulated, or the exhaustion of constantly defending yourself against unseen threats. Maybe you've noticed how some individuals seem immune to the chaos around them, seemingly untouchable, while you're left feeling exposed and drained. This isn't about paranoia or dwelling on negativity. It's about recognizing a reality that often goes unacknowledged, that not everyone operates with the same level of transparency or integrity. Some individuals are driven by hidden agendas, power dynamics, and a calculated approach to achieving their goals, regardless of the cost to others. Ignoring this reality leaves you vulnerable, like a chess piece carelessly positioned on the board, ripe for capture. Think of it as navigating a dense forest. You can choose to wander aimlessly, hoping for the best, trusting that everyone you encounter has your best interests at heart. Or you can equip yourself with a map, a compass, and the skills to navigate the terrain, identify potential dangers, and chart your own course with confidence and intention. This journey is about providing you with that map and those skills. We're not going to sugarcoat anything. This isn't about positive thinking or pretending that the world is inherently fair. Instead, we're going to confront the uncomfortable truths about power, influence, and the darker aspects of human nature. We'll delve into the strategies employed by those who seek to control and manipulate, not to emulate them, but to understand them, to anticipate their moves, and to protect ourselves from their influence. Imagine being able to see the game from a higher perspective, to anticipate the consequences of every action, and to move with a calculated precision that leaves others in awe. Imagine cultivating an inner strength that makes you impervious to manipulation, a quiet confidence that commands respect, and a strategic mind that transforms challenges into opportunities. This isn't about becoming ruthless or amoral. It's about reclaiming your power, safeguarding your vision, and mastering your own destiny. This journey will require you to confront some uncomfortable truths about yourself and the world around you. It will challenge your assumptions, force you to question your beliefs, and demand that you step outside your comfort zone. But the rewards are immense. A newfound sense of clarity, control, and unwavering self-assurance. We'll be drawing inspiration from a controversial figure, Niccolò Machiavelli, not to endorse his every action or belief, but to extract the timeless wisdom embedded within his writings. We'll dissect his observations on power, strategy, and human nature, applying them to the challenges you face in your own life. We'll explore the psychology of influence, the art of deception, and the importance of cultivating a persona that commands respect and inspires both admiration and a healthy dose of caution. This isn't a quick fix or a magic formula. It's a process of transformation, a journey of self-discovery, and a commitment to mastering the art of strategic living. It's about learning to play the game of life with intention, awareness, and unwavering resolve. Are you ready to begin? Now, let's dissect the anatomy of vulnerability. It's not about weakness, but rather unrecognized openings in your defenses. These aren't always obvious character flaws, but more often deeply ingrained habits, assumptions, and emotional responses that can be exploited. Think of vulnerability as a chink in your armor, a spot where a well-aimed strike can penetrate your defenses and leave you exposed. One key area to examine is your emotional reactivity. Do you find yourself easily provoked by criticism, quick to anger, or overly sensitive to the opinions of others? These reactions, while natural, can be powerful levers for manipulation. Someone skilled in social dynamics can subtly push your buttons, triggering an emotional response that clouds your judgment and makes you more susceptible to their influence. Imagine a negotiator who deliberately insults you early in a deal. The goal isn't just to be rude, it's to unsettle you, to make you defensive, and to gain an edge by controlling your emotional state. Another common vulnerability lies in your need for approval. The desire to be liked and accepted is a fundamental human drive, but when it becomes excessive, it can be easily exploited. Individuals seeking to manipulate often use flattery, praise, and and feigned admiration to gain your trust and lower your guard. They might agree with everything you say, shower you with compliments, and make you feel like you finally found someone who truly understands you. However, this is often a calculated tactic to gain your confidence and ultimately, to control your actions. Consider the salesperson who lavishes praise on your impeccable taste, subtly guiding you toward a more expensive product. Furthermore, your assumptions about fairness and reciprocity can be significant vulnerabilities. We tend to believe that others operate according to the same moral code as we do, that they will treat us fairly and reciprocate our kindness. However, this assumption can be dangerous in a world where not everyone plays by the rules. Manipulators often exploit this belief by feigning sincerity, making promises they have no intention of keeping, and taking advantage of your willingness to trust. Picture a business partner who constantly assures you of their loyalty while secretly diverting funds to their own account. Building on this, however, an underestimation of others' capabilities is a frequent blind spot. Assuming someone is less intelligent, less ambitious, or less resourceful than they actually are can lead to disastrous consequences. This arrogance can cause you to overlook subtle cues, dismiss potential threats, and underestimate the lengths to which someone might go to achieve their goals. For instance, a seasoned executive might dismiss a junior employee's ideas, only to later discover that the employee has been quietly building alliances and undermining their authority. Conversely, oversharing personal information can create openings for manipulation. The more someone knows about your fears, insecurities, and past mistakes, the more ammunition they have to use against you. While vulnerability can be a strength in close relationships, it's crucial to be discerning about who you share your inner world with. Think about the colleague who subtly probes for details about your family life, only to later use that information to spread rumors and damage your reputation. To mitigate these vulnerabilities, cultivate self-awareness. Regularly assess your emotional reactions, identify your triggers, and challenge your assumptions about others. Practice emotional regulation techniques such as mindfulness and deep breathing to maintain composure in stressful situations. Learn to recognize the signs of manipulation, such as excessive flattery, guilt-tripping, and gaslighting. And most importantly, remember that you have the right to set boundaries, to say no, and to protect your own interests. Recognizing these vulnerabilities is the first step toward fortifying your defenses and reclaiming your power. With awareness of potential pitfalls now sharpened, let us forge an impenetrable persona. This isn't about constructing a false self, but rather cultivating inner traits that project strength, resilience, and strategic acumen. Envision it not as a mask, but as the honing of a sword's edge, making it sharper, more durable, and more effective. Paramount among these traits is calculated detachment. Emotional distance does not equate to coldness, but rather signifies an ability to assess situations dispassionately, free from the sway of impulsive feelings. Consider the emergency room physician who, despite witnessing trauma daily, must maintain composure to make life-saving decisions. Similarly, cultivate the capacity to observe events, analyze motives, and formulate strategies without being overwhelmed by emotion. This allows you to respond with precision, rather than reacting out of fear or anger. Supplementing detachment is the mastery of strategic silence. In a world saturated with noise, the power of silence is often underestimated. Refraining from immediate responses, resisting the urge to fill every conversational void, and carefully selecting your words before speaking projects an aura of control and deliberation. Think of the poker player who reveals nothing through their expressions or words, leaving opponents guessing. In negotiations, for instance, skillful employment of silence can unsettle your counterpart, prompting them to reveal information they would otherwise conceal. Further, cultivate respect as your paramount weapon. While it might seem counterintuitive in a discussion of strategic maneuvering, genuine respect for others, even adversaries, disarms and diffuses conflict. By acknowledging their value, listening attentively to their perspectives, and treating them with dignity, you create an environment where cooperation becomes possible, and where your own influence is amplified. Visualize a diplomat who, despite representing opposing interests, fosters respectful dialogue, paving the way for peaceful resolution. In addition, embrace ambiguity. The need for certainty can be a significant weakness. Instead, cultivate a comfort with the unknown, an ability to navigate situations where information is incomplete and outcomes are uncertain. This adaptability allows you to seize opportunities that others might miss and to adjust your strategies as circumstances evolve. Envision a venture capitalist who is willing to invest in innovative ideas, even when the risks are high and the potential rewards are uncertain. Additionally, recognize the value of delayed gratification. In a world of instant gratification, the ability to defer immediate rewards for long-term gains is a powerful asset. This discipline allows you to focus on your goals, resist distractions, and make decisions that align with your overall strategy. Picture an entrepreneur who reinvests their profits back into their business, rather than indulging in personal luxuries, building a foundation for sustained success. Finally, nurture self-reliance. While collaboration is valuable, avoid becoming overly dependent on others. Cultivate the skills, knowledge, and resources necessary to navigate challenges independently. This self-sufficiency strengthens your resolve and reduces your vulnerability to manipulation or betrayal. Consider an explorer who, equipped with the necessary skills and supplies, ventures into uncharted territory, relying on their own resourcefulness to overcome obstacles. By developing these attributes, you construct a persona that commands respect, inspires confidence, and provides a bulwark against exploitation. This is not about pretense, but about cultivating inner strength and projecting an outward image that reflects your true capabilities. Now, consider how this applies when you face individuals with hidden agendas. Prepare to shed any lingering notions of inherent fairness. Instead, embrace the pragmatic realities of how power truly operates. This isn't an endorsement of unethical behavior, but a call to understand the landscape in which you operate so you can navigate it skillfully. Think of it as understanding the rules of a game, even if you don't agree with them, so you can play effectively. A vital aspect of this understanding is anticipating betrayal. Naivete can be a costly liability. Accepting that some individuals will prioritize their ambitions over loyalty, you can establish contingency plans and diversify your reliance on others. This doesn't mean assuming the worst of everyone, but rather acknowledging that self-interest is a powerful motivator. Consider a situation where a key employee is being heavily recruited by a competitor. Rather than blindly trusting their assurances of loyalty, a prudent leader would identify potential successes and cross-train existing staff. Contrastingly, learn to transform adversaries into assets. Instead of viewing conflict as inherently destructive, recognize that it can be a catalyst for growth and innovation. By understanding your opponent's motivations, strengths, and weaknesses, you can leverage their expertise to your advantage. Reflect on an executive locked in competition with another for a promotion. Instead of engaging in sabotage, they could propose a collaborative project, showcasing their leadership abilities while simultaneously leveraging the other's skills to achieve a superior outcome. Another crucial layer is understanding the psychology of power dynamics. Individuals in positions of authority often exhibit predictable behaviors, driven by a desire to maintain control and protect their status. Recognizing these patterns allows you to anticipate their actions and tailor your responses accordingly. Imagine how an employee approaching a manager with a proposal might frame it in a way that aligns with the manager's pre-existing priorities and concerns, thereby increasing the likelihood of approval. Furthermore, cultivate the skill of discerning genuine intent. People rarely state their true motives explicitly. Instead, they communicate through subtle cues, body language, and carefully chosen words. Sharpening your observational skills allows you to decipher these hidden messages and gain a more accurate understanding of their underlying agenda. Think of a negotiator who pays close attention to their counterpart's microexpressions, detecting fleeting signs of discomfort or deception that betray their true position. Adding to this, understand the strategic use of information. Knowledge is a valuable currency, and the ability to gather, analyze, and disseminate information strategically can significantly enhance your influence. Be selective about what you reveal, and use information to shape perceptions, build alliances, and anticipate your rivals' moves. Consider a political campaign that strategically leaks damaging information about its opponent to sway public opinion. However, remember that true power stems not from brute force, but from subtle command. Influence is not about coercion, but about persuasion, inspiration, and the ability to align others' interests with your own. It's about creating a shared vision, fostering trust, and empowering others to contribute their best. Reflect on a leader who inspires their team to achieve extraordinary results, not through threats or intimidation, but through their charisma, vision, and genuine care for their well-being. Consequently, as you discard naive notions of fairness, you equip yourself with a clear-eyed understanding of how the world truly operates. This understanding, coupled with strategic thinking and a commitment to ethical conduct, empowers you to navigate complex situations with confidence and achieve your goals with integrity. Now, let's focus on how to radiate subtle influence, leaving you secure in your vision. Reflecting on this journey so far, a distinct pattern emerges, a tapestry woven from threads of self-awareness, strategic foresight, and nuanced interaction. It's less about acquiring a set of rigid techniques and more about cultivating a fundamental shift in perspective, one that allows you to perceive the underlying currents shaping events and relationships. It's akin to learning to read the wind, not to control it, but to navigate its force with skill and intention. The insights we've uncovered resonate with a deeper understanding of human dynamics, transcending surface-level interactions to reveal the motivations and vulnerabilities that drive behavior. This recognition allows you to move beyond reactive responses, embracing a more proactive and considered approach. Imagine a seasoned sailor, attuned to the subtle shifts in the tide and the prevailing atmospheric conditions, adjusting their course with deft precision to reach their destination. The cultivation of a resilient persona, marked by composure and intentionality, serves as both a shield and a beacon. It provides protection against manipulation, while simultaneously projecting an aura of quiet strength that commands respect and attention. This is not about building walls, but about establishing boundaries, a clear delineation between your inner self and the external pressures that seek to influence you. It's akin to tending a garden, carefully nurturing the plants you wish to flourish while diligently weeding out those that threaten to choke their growth. The emphasis on anticipating potential challenges and transforming adversaries into assets underscores the importance of strategic thinking. It's about recognizing that conflict is an inevitable aspect of human interaction, but that it can also be a catalyst for innovation and growth. By embracing a mindset of resourceful problem-solving, you can navigate complex situations with confidence and extract value from even the most difficult encounters. It's similar to an alchemist, transforming base metals into gold, extracting hidden potential from seemingly unpromising materials. As we move toward the final reflection, consider the cumulative effect of these insights. They converge to create a holistic framework for navigating a world characterized by ambiguity, competition, and hidden agendas. It's not about becoming cynical or distrustful, but about cultivating a discerning eye, a strategic mind, and an unwavering commitment to your own values. It's about mastering the art of self-determination, charting your own course with clarity and conviction. The path ahead requires not just knowledge, but also the courage to apply these principles in your own life, to embrace the challenges that come your way, and to emerge stronger and more resilient. The final piece of the puzzle is about to fall into place. Ultimately, this exploration transcends mere strategy. It's an invitation to cultivate an inner sanctuary of unwavering self-possession. It's about recognizing that true influence doesn't emanate from external power, but from an internal equilibrium, a quiet certainty that allows you to navigate the complexities of human interaction with grace and resolve. It's the realization that your vision, your purpose, is the compass guiding you through the labyrinth of competing interests and hidden agendas. Consider the image of a deep-rooted tree standing firm against the relentless winds. Its strength isn't derived from resisting the storm, but from its ability to bend, adapt, and draw sustenance from the very forces that threaten to uproot it. Similarly, your resilience isn't measured by your ability to avoid challenges, but by your capacity to learn, grow, and emerge stronger from adversity. The tools and insights we've discussed are not intended to create a fortress of isolation, but rather to fortify your inner foundation, allowing you to engage with the world from a place of clarity and strength. It's about understanding the motivations and vulnerabilities that drive human behavior, not to exploit them, but to navigate them with compassion and wisdom. It's about recognizing that even those who seek to manipulate or control are often driven by their own fears and insecurities. The journey toward mastering your destiny is a lifelong pursuit, a continuous process of self-reflection, adaptation, and growth. There will be moments of doubt, setbacks, and unexpected challenges. But it's in these moments that your commitment to self-awareness, strategic thinking, and ethical conduct will be truly tested. Remember that progress is not always linear. There will be times when you feel like you're taking one step forward and two steps back. But with patience, perseverance, and an unwavering belief in your own potential, you will continue to move forward toward a future where you are the architect of your own life. The true practice begins now, not as a set of techniques to be applied mechanically, but as a way of being in the world. It's about integrating these insights into your daily interactions, your decision-making processes, and your overall approach to life. It's about cultivating a mindset of continuous learning, seeking out new perspectives, and challenging your own assumptions. It's about embracing the complexities of human nature, recognizing the inherent potential for both good and evil, and choosing to act with integrity and compassion. May this understanding serve as a constant companion, a source of strength, and a reminder that you possess the power to shape your own destiny, not through domination, but through the quiet, unwavering force of self-mastery.